All right. So, hey, welcome back to another episode of the Blue Ridge Bonfire podcast. We have a very special guest with us today. Good friend, local to the shop too, Keyshawn.
Yep. Thank you.
Keyshawn comes to the events, hangs out with us, matches and stuff like that too. But he's actually in the shop today for something even more exciting than just stopping in. He just got, you said about 3 months ago, right?
3 months, yeah.
Yeah, he did some major upgrades on his Power Wagon. So we are going to be doing a walkthrough and kind of a kit out video on that. So be on the lookout for that. But actually, since we have two expert dads here,
oh boy,
especially when it comes to expert dads and camping, and I'm just got out of my rookie season a couple days ago, so we are going to talk about something that we've talked about doing content on before, videos, all kinds of stuff, but overlanding / camping with kids, the do's, the don'ts, tips and tricks. So far, we have only ventured to the shop campground with KJ because we could just drive home if it went bad. And when that went okay, we took him to West Virginia for 2 nights, 3 days, and that was fine until he screamed the entire way back. That's just because he hates car seats. Nothing to do with the camping. The camping was fine.
It gets better.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Matt, obviously your girls have done lots of trips. Like kind of the origin of the brand, right, was kind of behind some long trips out west with all three girls and Liz.
No, that's why we started.
Yeah.
That's how we started.
Nice. And Keyshawn, your girls are
5 or about to be 5 and 7.
Okay, 5 and 7.
Yep.
And I mean, you've been doing plenty of camping with them, including through all this, like in our last episode, which was entitled "We Bitch About the Weather," including some like serious
we did some wintertime camping.
Cold weather camping. We
were up in the Allegheny National Forest up here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
did a winter camping trip up there, and then we did another winter camping trip off of Overstreet, the road up there in Bedford. Overstreet. Yeah, went up there
just above the house. You should have stopped.
It was pretty icy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have got to the house.
Oh, okay.
Could have come and visit.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Did you guys go up the top, just that site?
We tried to go all the way to the top. It was so icy as we started going up there. So we ended up just turning around, like backing in and just packing in right there, popped the top, got the diesel heater going and the fire going. And then the next day we went off Petite's Gap.
Oh, so you went on over the other
Yeah, we went all the way over to the other side.
Yeah,
so,
nice. Yeah.
But yeah, we've done a lot of tent camping and kind of broke them in with that. So we did that for about 2 years. Just, them when they're sleeping bags and everything, enjoying nature and being outside.
Yeah.
And then like now the kids like, oh, we got an Alu cab. Like that thing is so cool because they went to Expo with us in 23 and they were like, oh my gosh, look at all these cool truck campers.
Yeah.
They're like, you can put that in your truck? And I'm like, yeah. So now like we have one. It's like the jungle gym. Like we got it home, total jungle gym.
Yeah. No, just in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah.
Put me up top.
No, and that's kind of our goal, is continue to like introduce him to it and stuff like that. Especially this upcoming year where we won't be so sensitive to like heat and cold, and because that was part of the problem last summer. It was so dang hot when he was in the like 6 month range. But so I guess first off here, veteran dads, we'll go. We can start with Matt. We'll do cumulative years of dad camping. That's how we're going to rank it. So you've got
a lot.
40-some, right?
No, I'm not 40-some years of camping. But,
well, no, I mean, if you add up each girl's age and how many years they've been camping.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
If you did that, it's probably well over 40. It's probably 50 and some change.
Yeah. So
what's the math there? 20, 30, 40, 50, 56.
Oh, nice. Almost 60 years of dad camping experience.
I don't know that's good math, but yeah.
Hey, it sounds impressive.
It sounds impressive
because you're not even that old, so,
right?
Yeah.
I'm far off of it.
But. Yeah. So I guess maybe early on, what was the thing that you guys kind of like? What was the lessons learned or like the goals when they were small? Because at one point you would have had 3 that were
tiny. Yeah,
within just like a few years of each other.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for us for traveling in general was, we would test stuff close to home.
Yeah.
When they were young, when they were younger, we would camp state park someplace within 2 hours. So if it went sideways, we could go home, especially like winter stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Where you can be out, and if, you're not equipped or they're not equipped.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the good thing on sort of that front is that, I grew up way further north than this and spent a lot of time way further north than that. So being out in the cold or weather, kind of extreme weather conditions is something I was pretty familiar with. So started out, tent camping out of a Jeep, and then got into a like a CVT tent and ran that forever. And
yeah. I think when I met you, you guys had the giant CVT on top
I
of
went
the
through
hundreds.
so many different CVT tents. I don't probably
The one with 2 ladders. That's the one I'm remembering.
Yeah, I had that for quite a while. Yeah, that slept like everybody.
Yeah, I mean it was essentially the roof, the whole roof of the 100.
Yeah, whole roof of the 100.
Yeah.
And 2 ladders and
yeah,
and just dragging them out and getting them used to doing stuff, and like I said, making sure that they're equipped is the key, and equipped in stuff that they're going to outgrow in like 3 days.
Yeah,
things like being able to identify them, like the
the
yellow frog togs. I used to keep
the
them in
second
yellow.
time I met Matt. The first time I met Matt, he didn't have the girls with him. The second time he had Nora and Sam.
Yeah,
they were like this tall, and I'm telling you, it was
and
like tiny construction workers. Like day glow, like slickers. You could spot them from 100 yards in a downpour. Like,
and it was downpouring that whole weekend. But turn them loose in something that I could identify them, and or we'd go places and I'd have little flashers. I just clip them onto their belts, so that I could keep track of them without having to follow them around. So freedom safely. I mean, that's as much freedom as you can give them and feel safe about it. So, like I said, we did a lot of like marker lights or glow lights on them, or high-vis stuff, so that I didn't have to. I knew where they were. I could identify which ones were mine. And but I could still give them a bunch of freedom to kind of do what they wanted, especially if we were at events and stuff like that. Or, if they'd gone off on their own someplace, it was easy to keep track of them and not be in a panic.
Yeah, something that I always remember you talked about making them their Lord of the Rings capes that were like Polar Tech fleece on one side and then something.
I used to.
The growing out of stuff made me think of that. Like
so I waterproof on one side. It was pre like rumples and that stuff. So I would make little fleece and then waterproof nylon on the other side. And then a little snap or something, and literally they would wear it around like a cape, and they would run around, and basically it was a black fleece Superman cape. But when they stopped or they wanted to sit down or whatever, they just had it with them.
So they put the waterproof side down.
Put the waterproof side down, and then they'd have it. Or if they were cold, they could wrap up in it. And again, you could kind of turn them loose in worse weather, and kind of leave them do their own thing. But
I kind of want an adventure cape now.
Right, I know. It was a really slick. I don't know why we never made them, but
there you go.
But
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, the kids. I mean, kids loved it. They would literally like be flying around with.
Yeah,
them.
plus it's fun, functional, and fun.
Yeah. Anything to make it more fun.
Yeah, just funny and safer, right? Like so, it's like I'm not worried about them sitting in a giant puddle of water, which is
right.
Or wet grass or whatever.
Yeah.
If they sit down to do stuff or they're collecting rocks, they can, whatever.
Which leads to like they get wet, then they get cold. So you're just getting ahead of the trouble.
Yeah. And you basically are carrying a little ground pad with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could use it a blanket at night if it wasn't, too big a mess. And
yeah,
I had I don't know, probably six different capes in the truck at any time, just in case I lost one.
Yeah. So Keyshawn, how about you? When did you get your all's girls into it? Kind of like easing them into this. You said tent camping, but like.
So probably it was Anastasia's 5th birthday. She really wanted to go camping. So she had seen where some folks had went camping, and she was like, I want to go do that, which I didn't get to go do that as a kid at all. So like zero camping experience.
Which is crazy because you're like really
outdoorsy.
You're really outdoorsy. I mean, knowing a little bit about you and some of your family, you're like as adventurous an outdoors person as as most people are, more than most probably.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, she saw this family.
But she didn't grow up like that at all.
I didn't grow up going camping. We went hunting.
Okay.
So I went hunting. We went fishing. We did all that.
I was gonna say that's
fishing for sure.
That's part of my family of like, and my grandfather literally would be like, I slept in the dirt in the war enough. Like he would hunt and fish,
right?
But like, I'm going home at the end of the day. Same. So
yep. So. Yeah, we ended up picking up like a, Coleman 8-person tent. It was big enough to fit us. The wife did not want to sleep on the ground, so we already had like a air mattress. We put the Intech in there so she was comfortable.
Yeah.
The kids had their sleeping pad that was like quick inflatable. They got their sleeping bags, 32 degrees, whatever. And we just, went out to go have fun. We went up off Hog Camp Gap. Went over there. Kids enjoyed hiking on the Appalachian Trail over there. So we went tent camping there. We went tent camping off of Enchanted Creek. We went tent camping down in Grayson Highlands State Park. Kids had a blast.
This is all in your Coleman.
All in the Coleman 8-person tent.
I was going to say, you get some out. I mean, you're hitting some like, you're talking about like now, like having the Overland stuff, but that's all like some Overlandy destinations, like cow camp and hog camp, Enchanted Creek, all that. Yeah.
And it was gorgeous.
And this is, you had the wagon then.
We did have the power wagon. Yeah.
So we that was early in the power wagon.
Early in the power wagon day, especially Enchanted Creek. That was its like first outing.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
But no, it's been fun. It's been great. For like you said, like, having them prepared. We keep the toe warmers. We keep the hot hands. That stuff stays on standby. There's like a 10-pack of each in the truck at all times. All the time for them.
I still have that. Still, if you search my truck, you'll find hand warmers.
No, I mean, I keep them in my tool bag, like literally, because if you're working on something, your hands are cold, and you're losing dexterity. You're just gonna frustrate yourself.
Yeah.
So,
and if you got just the right glove, you can slide it in there without getting like too big of mitts. But just slide it in there.
We were just talking on that last episode. I saw these and I totally forgot to like remember what brand it was, but it was a mitten that had a zip pocket on the back, sized for it. Was like, that's pretty slick.
That's slick.
So
that is slick.
Mine started stuff like at a pretty young age, and I don't know what that would be, but certainly before 8 or 10. Like they always had a fire starter with them. So they always had a knife and a fire starter. So that would be like something they would play with at night. In the evenings they would be like,
just wearing
like a feather stick or whatever.
Of, Andy's little boy just wearing a ferro rod out.
Right.
Yeah.
There's 10,000 strikes in this thing, and I'm getting to the bottom of that bucket as fast as I can. Like,
but I mean stuff like that. Keeps them entertained, and I think gives them some skills.
Yeah, well, the last time we were over at Petite's Gap, so my oldest, she's 7, she's over there just using a rock that she found that was pretty sharp, and she found a stick, and she's been learning about Native Americans in school. So she's over there just skinning this stick, all of the bark off this stick.
Nice.
And she like burnt both ends in the fire. She's like, I can make a bow out of this. And I was like, you could. It's like, we could do that. So her mind is total adventure. She's very curious, which is really awesome. So, and I'm a girl dad. So both my kids, both girls too. So we have that as well. I'm outnumbered. The dogs too.
Yeah, man, I'm outvoted all the time.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
No. KJ moved our ratio way up because two girl dogs and a girl cat. So
So you're getting back.
There you go. Back you're getting some leeway back.
I mean, on a percentage basis, it was a pretty good move. So
nice.
And he does a really good job of terrorizing the cat and the dog. So he's doing work. And I think too with that stuff, it kind of goes back to I think people think about like how much stuff kids need for this kind of thing. And Josh Carter actually told me something, when I was like, man, like I think it's when we took him to Adventure X Fest, was like the truck was jam packed. Like, because we tend to travel pretty minimal because especially if we're taking stuff for an event, you got product. Oh, KJ Plus event. If we'd have rolled the truck, it'd have been fine. Nobody was going anywhere. Like,
it was packed tight.
Yeah. But he's like, the older they get, the less stuff they need. And I think that's a good example of like, you don't have to worry about taking a bunch of toys. Like, they're going to find stuff. Like,
I mean, at what age do they play in a box as much as they play with a toy? I mean, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
And I think having them, we take stuff to do, but like even now, there's a kite in the back of my truck.
Yeah.
I mean, like I just keep stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like one little nylon takedown kites. That's one of the small ones, but it's in the drawer of my truck right now.
Yeah.
That like if they were bored or something and. We had any space, I'd be like, oh, here we go. And I'd put 2 kites together. And
And that was the nice thing when we were up in the Allegheny National Forest. Is like the Allegheny River was right behind our campsite.
Yeah.
So we had like 4 rigs in there total, and we're all in there. But the river's flowing, so it was perfect white noise. But the kids were like digging and finding rocks in the snow. Nice. And they're just skipping rocks right across the river, just having a good time. So
no, I think there's a lot of good stuff that they get to do that isn't attached to some kind of technology. Not that our kids didn't get much of that till they were a lot older. So
I think too the kids are way more resilient than people will give them credit. And you also you're kind of setting the tone, of like I told Brandy, like I live by the philosophy like, being comfortable, being uncomfortable is probably the best skill you can have. And the earlier you get that, the better. So like be a little cold, be a little wet. Like then when you're really cold or when you're really wet, you'll be like, oh, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It's interesting how you're talking about being resilient. So, funny story, when we got the snow and ice and all that, my oldest, we went skiing and sledding down not too far off of 130. And so her and a friend are on this sled, and they go straight into a snowbank where it just got plowed. She's like, oh, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I can't feel my leg. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm running now to go see what's wrong. And I start feeling her leg. And as soon as I get to her knee, I'm like, well, that doesn't feel right.
Oh, no.
So luckily, one of my buddies that's a paramedic was with us. And he was like, yeah, she dislocated her knee. So I went to go grab the truck. And as I'm backing down, she let him reset it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he reset her leg right there.
Jeez.
I don't have that in me.
And she was was good. Crying immediately stopped.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some drugs for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's a better living through chemistry situation for me.
Living through chemistry.
I mean, she had some Motrin, later.
I feel like it's like
no.
Matt.
I mean, I want good drugs. I'm not.
It's like Matt totally out, and it's like the banner, better living through chemistry.
So one of the other things I think that was beneficial for us or for the kids as they grew up too is we'd let them pack. Mm-hmm. Like, so we would give them parameters to packing.
Yeah.
So like that's how the headrest storage bag came about, right? Like it was like as much fun as you can pack in this bag is what you can take.
Oh, so that was like the toy box. Or
and that clipped on the back of the seat. So whatever you could fit in there, you could take. As long as I was amazed at how much stuff, how full those could be.
Yeah.
And the amount of stress that could be put on them. But it was, because if we did, say if we were going out west and we did 4 or 5 days on the road, because that's typically where we're at, 4 nights out, and then we're typically going to do laundry. We're going to be at a hotel or a campground or something with some amenities. But the fact that they could unclip it, take it inside, or take it to whatever, take it out of the truck and do stuff. But that was whatever fun they decided they wanted to take, it was going in that bag. And then even clothes, like we'd have them, okay, you're picking all your clothes. So you lay everything out. We'll come back and double check to make sure you've covered everything.
Yeah.
But, here's about how cold it's going to be, or here's about the temperature range you need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
And have just a quick conversation. So that means you need a sweater of some kind, a fleece sweater or something.
Yeah.
And you're going to want warm socks. You're going to need at least one pair of boots. You're going to, and you go through that stuff and you say, okay, good luck. And then they lay it out on their bed and
you kind of jury it.
You just go through and double check. Hey, you probably want to find some gloves, or hey, you might want a hat. So let's go find that. Or
I still do that.
I do too, but I mean, I think getting them in making their own decisions on it,
right,
and them seeing what they used and don't use,
some autonomy.
I mean, I think the more space you can give them to make decisions, again, within a little bit of guidance, the better off you are, or the better off they are.
I really like the seat back headrest, idea too, of kind of like gives them a perimeter, lets them choose the fun stuff they take, but then you don't have everything in their room trying to get crammed into the
right.
Because you were traveling 3 and an 80, like for like a week out west, so or 2 weeks or whatever. Like that does not leave a lot of room for a lot of anything. So.
No, there's no extra room.
Yeah,
I mean there are whatever, very little. It's 5 of us, and most of the time a 100 series or a Jeep. Yeah, the Jeep was really tight. Yeah. I mean that was couldn't have been tighter. Although I had a rack for the front of that.
Oh, so put boxes and
so I had a hitch rack, made a bumper and put a receiver on the front, and then put a hitch rack on the front of the Jeep, and then like we'd just throw all our camping stuff in that. Yeah. And it was, that was a pretty substantial one. That's the one that's out here. That's DOM tubing and has taken like a hit or two and
it was torqued enough that one time I hauled it to Tennessee to bring stuff back, but I didn't. I went down an empty truck, so I just threw it in the back. Well, then I got to the Tennessee house and we were getting it ready to sell, and went to like put it in the hitch and was like, the thing about receivers, they're square, and this rack isn't anymore.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. It's like corkscrewed a little. So,
I did that with the Suburban.
Yeah.
So. On the Jeep, I never hit it on anything, but I bounced off a tree in the Suburban.
Yeah.
Slid and
there you go.
Caught a tree. And the basket itself is perfectly fine. It's just
it's always the attachment.
It has a failure point kind of right there.
Yeah.
And it's actually made so I can cut that off and put it back together. Just
isn't impressive.
It's all DOM tubing. Like I've been a pretty, and it's made for 1560 Pelican cases.
Yeah,
like they fit in there perfectly.
Yeah. There's another solution. When you run out of storage room, just go external.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the 15, 60 cases. And, we were doing that with, some, what was that? I forget what tent that was. It wasn't a North Face. It was a Mountain something.
Mountain Hardware?
Yeah.
Some big Mountain Hardware tent or something? Or
wasn't big. I think we had like a 4-person Mountain Hardware. I had a weird old Kelty tent that was aluminum pole that was pretty nice. I mean, the fact that you went more than one trip in an 8-person Coleman is
I was going to say
because like I don't know that I've ever owned a tent that's that grade.
I mean, hey, look, it was Amazon special, right?
Yeah, no, just like I've never trusted anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you weren't far from home, it wouldn't matter.
No, we weren't.
If it went side, and that's a good again, you're 2 hours from home.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have a tent failure because of whatever,
right?
Like it's not a big deal, and I think that's things to figure out. Right?
Yeah,
like that's a
100%.
good way to figure that stuff out. If you're just starting to take them out, just keep them a little bit close to home.
Yeah. Yep.
Enough that it's interesting, and you have to make a decision to go home. Like it's a commitment. Like, okay, this sucks bad enough. We're gonna pack up.
And we almost have been there because so that birthday trip when we went for the first time, and we were not low on firewood, but let's just say I was gonna start looking around for some more firewood, and we had some friends and stuff like that from around home that went out with us because they all had the same birthday as Anastasia.
Yeah,
and so she starts. I'm just going to pray for wood. And, next thing you know, no joke, 35 feet from the tent, tree falls.
Nice.
We're like, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Started sawing it up and we got wood. So
I'm going to pray.
Man, that's
wood. That's
it started raining.
That's
it was
that's a dangerous prayer, though.
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny.
My buddy, remember when Big Agnes tried to get into, the overlanding for a while? Like they had was it Big Agnes? No, it would have been a Slumberjack.
Okay.
Remember when they came out a line of Overland tents? It was all they had awnings that would come off the back of your vehicle.
Oh yeah, I have seen those.
So a friend of mine had one of the tents, and the problem is the bigger those tents get, you better have 8 people sleeping in it because you need 8 people to put it together. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where
assembly.
How do I hold that still while I put this pole over here? And when the poles are out straight, it's 22 feet.
Yeah.
So we still keep a Gazelle around for loaning out to people.
I mean, I still have mine.
Yeah.
So
I've given up on mine.
We just found out the perfect use case for the gazebo. So when we were up there in the Allegheny National Forest, Buddy Joe had one set up, just the gazebo, the little, I think it's the 6.
Yeah.
And he had his Howl R1 in there.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Like a sweat
lodge.
I
mean, it was so nice and toasty. It started just melting the snow in the little area that we were at. But I mean, the kids could get in there because we had a couple other kids with us too, from some of the other guys. And we just would, get in there and warm up, and then we go out and go, cook or whatever. But that was the spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's legit. And it's got windows all the way around it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I know you can run an R1 Howl in there on low.
I was going to say, because the Howl's
it gets up pretty tall.
Jet.
Yeah. If you run it, we ran it on low.
Because I was going to say, I've used my Ignic under our event boot tent here, but it's got the really high support in the top, and the Ignic on high is like this.
Right.
I'm thinking about Jimmy's.
That's
the day he got his Howl.
Did he get the big one, the R4?
Yeah, it was June. It was summertime. I don't remember when we were there.
I don't know.
And we walk up and was like,
holy crap.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't even look at it. My face is hot.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's
nice.
If you turned it the wrong way, you'd probably fly.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I'd want that thing under much nylon.
Yeah, I think the flame was about 2 feet on low, so it was perfect.
Yeah.
But it kept everybody warm in there. The kids could have their hot chocolate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially in the mornings. It was great because there was a couple mornings while we were up there. It's 7 degrees in the morning. And it was well, you don't have to get a fire going just yet. You can just go in the gazebo.
And having a spot to get up, get warm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are you, is Anastasia shooting any matches?
So
Keyshawn and I met.
Yeah.
Met at a rifle match?
At a rifle match.
Yeah.
Not too far away from here.
Yeah, down the road.
Down the road.
Where Laurel was shooting, and so was Keyshawn's.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's been asking me, when's the next 22 match?
Okay.
So we actually went out and practiced on her KYL
Okay.
on Saturday. So yeah, we've got a little KYL out there.
Yeah, she's still in it.
She's still in it. She loves the little RPR 22.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's still getting after it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh
yeah, I was in a match. You said she's about to be 8, right?
Yeah, she'll turn 8 this year. Yep.
She's very serious about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is like we're gonna hit the podium when we're at a match.
Oh, she tells everybody I beat 2 adults. Like, she wanted to see the score from that match. But it's so funny because everybody was like, when she's shooting, she's so serious, and as soon as she came off the line,
like a yo-yo,
boom, I'm a kid again. And, like she's like over here playing in the grass and the dirt, you know.
So. I think they had bubbles, right? Like,
yes, they did.
Like
they had bubbles out there too. Yeah,
clears the stage, turns around, and where's my bubbles?
Where's my bubbles?
Yeah.
No, it's great because she loves it. I mean, no, the youngest we're working on her.
So, she's still pretty young.
Oh yeah, she likes it though. It's fun. Yeah,
but just old enough to get
have
some fun with it.
Oh yeah,
She's
got a little single shot rascal, so it's kind of interesting. Anastasia got the upgrade, and Isabella got Anastasia's old single shot little rascal. You know, and I put a red dot on top of it for her. So she's like,
that's a good
sissies. Oh yeah, that's great.
I mean, we haven't cracked it out yet, but KJ already has a Red Rider. Like,
there you go.
We're just waiting.
We're just waiting.
Yeah. Little BB trap in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So and I know I've probably told you this, but you can get Aperture Sights Red Riders.
Really?
And they're breech loaders.
Huh.
So it's one at a time. You put you put a BB down it and a little ramrod. And there's there's Daisy National Championships.
Yeah.
That people are crazy. I mean, it is like unbelievably serious.
Yeah.
And I mean, Sam's shooting on the Virginia State 3-position team this year.
Okay.
And one of the girls she was shooting with was like, and these are 16-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like not, whatever. Sam's 18. So it's like, say, 16 to 18 years old. And on this particular team. And they were like disappointed they weren't going to the one of them was disappointed that she wasn't going to be able to go. Or like her sister was going to the Daisy Nationals, and she was like legitimately disappointed that she wasn't going to the Daisy Nationals. Like not even as a competitor, just to go.
Oh, wow.
I was
okay.
Because it cuts off at I think it's 14 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, when she shot that 22 match, I was like, man, proud dad moment.
That's right.
The whole time. Time.
Well, I mean, I think especially, and maybe I'm biased, but I think especially with girls, the more independent that they can grow up, and the more self-sufficient they are.
Yep.
2 things. It takes a confident boyfriend or whatever. Mm-hmm. It takes a very confident partner to deal with them.
Yes.
Because they, I hate to say, my kids don't want to be a better man than they're dating.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, which is, and like they can hook up a trailer, they can back up a trailer.
Yeah.
They can,
Matt's super excited. His youngest is about to start driving. He doesn't have to pull a horse trailer around all the time.
Right. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
I mean, I will say all I do is provide the driving part. Like she literally will get in if she was going roping and I was going to take her or meet somebody with her, she literally will have the truck hooked up, her horse in it, all her gear, and it will be parked at the front door running, waiting for me.
Yeah.
For me to get back.
It's these pesky laws and licenses.
There you go.
Getting in the way.
Yeah.
Getting in the way.
She would have left 15 minutes ago.
Right. 100%. Probably an hour ago.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, I mean, I think there's a lot of value to that
Oh yeah.
As they get older, the more they can do on their own, the more they're not, I don't worry about them.
Right.
Right. I mean, they know what tire pressure is. They've changed a tire. They know how to do a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
I totally get that from a girl dad perspective, but from working in college for a decade plus, I think that just any of that like confidence and normal day-to-day skills, I don't know, man. I think all the kids could use that now too.
Probably.
Yeah.
It worries me more, and maybe Liz has instilled this in me, but it worries me more with girls. I don't want them stranded. I don't want.
No, totally understandable.
What I mean? Like, you want them to know how to deal with stuff or to identify what's going on, or if you're driving a diesel truck and it starts to sputter, shut it off because it's probably out of gas. You know what I mean? Like that was Tuesday last week.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're driving a diesel van and it starts to sputter, you may have put gasoline in it. Don't turn it off
Ever.
for the next
Just
2 days.
run it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run it
Keep
constantly.
adding def and keep adding
just
diesel.
add def and diesel, and it's going to work itself out.
Yeah.
It's going to be somebody else's problem. Make sure it was a rental. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Asterisk.
Yeah, asterisk. It was a rental.
Right.
Yeah. Traded in quickly. Yes.
But no, I guess for me that's something that, I can't tell you how many kids would be like. I remember like one that shocked me was a kid one time. We would do bonfires at the university quite a bit in the fall for like homecoming and stuff. And a kid walking up being like, "Oh, this is my first campfire." And I was like, "Here?" Wow. And they were like, "No, ever." And they were from East Tennessee. I mean, like
that doesn't even make sense.
Knoxville, but like, still like a fire in your backyard. No, you never went to a friend's fire. No, it was like, you made it 18, like same,
18
like
years. And
like, I know the culture,
Right.
and it's just mind boggling, but that stuff happens. And, like rolling up on kids that were like stranded in the parking lot, trying to get to class on the other side of campus.
Yeah.
What's wrong? It won't start. You have jumper cables? No. All right. I've got some here. What do I do with these? Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what you do is you make sure those two things don't touch or touch you.
Yes.
I'm going to hook it up to mine. And then I'll,
you hold it, and then I'm going to hook it up to yours.
A second ago, what I wanted you to do was different. Now, this is what I want you to do. That kind of stuff. Like, I was never ceased to be amazed. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's nothing for like my two. If I'm out there doing an oil change on the truck or like greasing the track bar or something like that, they want to know what I'm doing and they want to see it and they enjoy it.
I mean, it's like, did you never hold a flashlight? Did you never hand the wrong socket three times in a row? Like,
did you drop the 10 millimeters?
Yeah.
I lost a 5/8 socket this weekend.
Oh.
In the depths of a tractor, and I cannot for the life of me. It's in a tractor. I should be able to find it.
I was going to say
it's not a for sure. There is a 10 millimeter socket that's in my door on the truck. I mean, like it's in there. I know it's in there.
Yeah,
it is never coming out.
Right.
Like I've given up on it.
Yeah, but a tractor is.
But a tractor,
ping,
I should
ping,
be able
ping,
to,
it should come out somewhere.
And then clunk like on the dirt.
Fall in someplace I can find it.
Yeah.
I'm in there with a magnet. I'm swearing at like I got no idea, and it's got no place it could have gone. Like it's like anyway. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to digress. But
and a 5/8, that's unusual,
right? Well, as a start for a starter on a John Deere, bigger John Deere. Going back to, I think that kind of stuff it is super beneficial as you go down the road.
Yeah,
I mean, as they like said, and they're not afraid to do stuff, and they're flipping way more helpful. You know what I mean? Like again, if you're hooking up a trailer and they're there, they can back you into a trailer all day without a camera and give you good enough directions.
Oh yeah,
may not be perfect to what you're used to, but they can identify which way you need to go, how far you need to go, when to stop you,
right,
and they can identify whether you're close enough that they can shake the trailer and get it on or whatever. What I mean? It's
anything you're doing. I mean, like we just replaced the fencing on the fenced in front yard.
Yeah.
And like I was like, hey, I need you to hold this for me right here as I line it up over here. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, here, do you want to, here, use the screw.
Right,
use the screwdriver,
the
bag, whatever. Like, here you go. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're naturally curious. We were putting together like a activity gym type thing for KJ this weekend. That's like, like a little ladder. And break out the drill. Oh, as soon as he heard, here he comes. Like, what are we doing? This is a new noise,
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, there's 47 dowel rods over here. I'm way more interested in scattering those. But, I think that curiosity and not just like, here. I get it, it's the age of the iPad or whatever, and it's a good way to keep them distracted, quiet, whatever. But, man, like a lot of other tools in my life, I want to save that for when we really need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I brought home a washing machine from the dump one time.
Yeah.
Just like threw it in the back of the truck, sat it on the cement by the house, and like handed them screwdrivers and said, take it apart.
Nice.
And then just hauled it back to the scrapyard when they were done.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Man, I think
how's this thing work?
I kind of like that idea. Like I said, I'd be like, put all the screws in a bucket.
Right.
And then we'll take the sheet metal back and keep these.
Yeah, well, I'm not short on excess screws and stuff, but it's just interesting starting them on stuff like that where it's just like, okay, some of this obviously doesn't work, so who cares?
Yeah.
Take this thing apart, have a good time with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
take
the sheet metal off. Oh, look, there's a belt. There's a motor that drives this, that makes this go.
Yeah.
How does this stuff work? Oh,
Yeah.
I I think you know, there's a lot of that stuff that gets missed as they and I think getting them out, and again, self-sufficient, how to start a fire, how to do different things.
Yeah.
What do you need? What happens if the wood wet?
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean, just like,
how do you light a road flare?
Yeah.
Diesel fuel or gasoline? It's important things to know. I'm not being like, I'm not being facetious even about some of that stuff. It's like there's road flares in your truck. You should be able to crack a road flare.
Yeah.
I mean, whether that's to start a fire or whether that's to, mark something, like I want you to be able to crack a road flare.
Yeah.
And if you're going to put something on a fire, or some other idiot that you're around is going to put something on a fire, what is it? And if it's gas, get away from them, because they're boneheads.
Well, like, even my oldest, I mean, like, she talks about the fire drills and stuff like that at school, but I'm like, we have these mini, fire extinguishers, and we have like some of the smaller ones in the truck and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, what do we do? She's like, you pull the pin, squeeze, aim, and spread. It's like, she gets it.
No, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of that stuff. I think it's just generally good life lessons. And I think you run into that. I think you run into a lot of accidental life lessons while you're traveling.
Yeah. No, that's just for everybody. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I mean, traveling with kids. I mean, again, like now we have like the little toilet setup that we got in the back of the truck, and it's like, if you can't make it to the next pull off, it's like, well, we can just pull over and there you go. Like, I just open it up and there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
for sure, there have been roadside bathroom stops in our life.
Oh yeah. And you get used to it. I mean, and that's like my thing. So, like, my wife was like, you got to learn that you can't, just because the GPS says 6 hours, and I know you want to be there in 5 hours and 45 minutes. Like, we're going with the kids. Yeah. So, but it's been great. So,
yeah.
And we adjusted well.
We figured out, like, we could drive, if we were getting somewhere, we could drive 500 miles a day. Like, that was the math. So we planned every trip on 500 miles in a day, because that's, it's between 8 and 10 hours of driving, depending on what you're doing. If you land someplace, they can have something to do part of that next day.
Right.
Yeah.
You can get them out, do stuff with them till, say, noon 1, and I can still get 8 hours in, still sleep enough.
Right.
Get 8 hours of driving in, get that 500 miles in, still get enough sleep to get up the next morning.
Yeah.
We've do something for 3 or 4 hours with them, get another 500 in, and then the next thing you know, you're in Montana.
Matt and I do not have the same strategy on this. Like, we went to Missouri, but like, I like to leave early. When I say early,
I go the other way.
Yeah.
I like to leave early too.
Oh.
I just leave at the other end of the clock.
So what end of the clock are you on?
He wants to leave at like 2 a.m.
Okay.
We were in Tennessee at 8 a.m. for Christmas.
Yeah. So what end of the clock are you on?
Oh, I would start at 9 at night and drive till morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and then like, let's go.
Yeah. So the best thing for me was if I could start driving, it's even say 5, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm going to have a whack of time that the kids were going to be asleep, where I could make really good time, drive till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Then I could sleep till, say, 8.
Okay.
Keep them busy till, say, 2 again. And then I could drive, and then I could get 10 hours of driving in.
Okay.
And I would get 6 hours of sleeping out of my 10 hours of driving.
I invert that math.
And I could run that pretty consistently without messing up their schedule when we landed someplace. When we got someplace, I mean, they'd still be going to bed at night, getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
So we've kind of done that before, like going up to PA just to go see like my wife Jackie's family.
Yeah.
So like we've gone and like left at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and the kids basically fall asleep within, 30 minutes or so of being on the road. But the only thing with that is it's just like, man, you're getting up there and then you're waking them up and everything. So yeah, I mean, for us, like if we leave at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to carry them out and then put them in their, their booster, clip them in. They got their neck pillows and everything, and they're good. And they're asleep in no time.
Yeah.
And then like we can just get on the road.
So that was our
right,
first.
But then they're awake when you get there. And they're awake for a long time. That was always my problem. Like, okay, we wake them up at 2 p.m. or whatever. They sleep till noon. And then they're up, and then we get there at 2, and then they've had a 6-hour flipping nap in the morning.
I'm not advising, but possibly melatonin gummies. Just
No, we rolled, like, truck was packed. He went to sleep at like his regular, like 9 p.m. And then we got up at like 2, put our clothes on.
See, I won't sleep if I have to get up at 2. That's the problem.
Yeah,
like if I have to.
Oh no! I went down, got up at 2.
See, I won't.
Got him to the door. He woke up. Got him in the car seat, and he was asleep before he got off our road. And it's like depending on whose house we're going to, 5.5, 6.5 hours. Okay. We were 30 minutes from the destination, and he just popped up and was like, "Boom, perfect." Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
When they're younger, I think that's easier to do.
I can't. Yeah, I can't wake up at 2.
So I guess one last is there any I don't know, super camping dad tip that we haven't covered? Anything else that has come in clutch or something you wouldn't have expected or anything like that?
I mean, like I said, I think the biggest thing for me was them sort of learning to manage their stuff, so that they're, and even first aid stuff. What do they know how to use? They would, Sam especially, she would have her own first aid kit packed. She would have her own, she would have, a knife and a ferro rod and whatever,
Nice.
And a machete, thanks to Joe Flowers. Yeah, Joe Flowers. She was like 6. Oh, wow. And he's like, and he was he was at the flea market or something, and he gave Sam a machete. He's like the world machete expert. Like, I mean,
he comes back from Colombia with a pelican case full of just loose machetes.
And it's, he's like,
awesome.
He's like, this one, it's not really been. He comes up to me, he's like, hey, I didn't really think about this. I probably should have asked you first.
Yeah.
But I gave Sam a machete. Is that okay? And I'm like, I think so. He's like, it probably needs sharpened, but we still have said machete today.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's funny funny how some of that stuff works. But
nice.
I mean, like I said, I think the stuff that they get to learn and the things they get to experience are pretty interesting. Plus their interaction, most of the time when you're traveling, there's a huge amount of interaction with adults. I mean, I think conversationally they learn to manage stuff well.
Yeah.
And that's hugely different, like when you watch at 14, 15, 16, 17, when you watch kids that have been exposed to adults a lot, and that's who they've had to deal with.
Yeah.
And in those situations, they're dealing with adults almost all the time. They're being supervised by other adults part of the time. They're interacting with other adults. It's not just you, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's their ability to communicate and talk and be part of a conversation is completely different at 15 and 16.
Right.
They can sit and, my kids can sit, Sam and Nora or whatever, Laurel at that age could sit and talk. I mean, you probably met Laurel when she was 15.
Yeah, 14, 15, I think. Yeah, when I started riding
I mean, and she's, I mean, not that she may not have been intimidated by that scenario, but
right.
She met people and talked to people.
Yeah, she talked to people. She was outgoing.
People.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're not in a shell as much. And I will say, even for my oldest at 7 years old, when she was 3, people thought she was 5. When she was 5, people thought she was 7.
Yeah.
And they were like, she doesn't talk like a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, well, she's the oldest, and then she's around a lot of adults.
Yeah.
And they pick up on, the things that other adults are talking about and they're into. But
and the other thing is, too, I mean, I'm a firm believer that, you're sort of the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
That's
and you
right.
need to pick that, right?
Yep.
That's I firmly believe that, and you need to pay attention to that. And as a dad, especially of girls, I wanted them around the adult men they were around. I wanted to make sure that I knew who those people were and what they were like.
Yeah.
I mean, and not that I'm ever leaving my kids alone with anybody, but at the same time, it's I want that role model to be. I want them to have role models that make sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That they're making good decisions. They understand how to do things. They can take care of themselves. They're, financially together.
I
mean? And I hate to say the financially together piece, but when you're traveling with people, they can afford the time off.
Yeah.
They can afford the stuff that they need. And even if they're not super kidded,
right.
It's not the broke redneck express.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything against the broke redneck express. I probably grew up that, but at the same time, it's that's who I want you to be able to interact with. I want you to be able to identify what that looks like. I want you to be exposed to that very early, so that that's sort of this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yes.
So when you see crazy, you can identify it.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, this is not how people interact with their families.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not what, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know, you're in a relationship and it's weird, you know, and something's weird. It's like, oh, that's not
healthy.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
This is what my normal is.
Right.
That's not normal.
Yes.
And I don't want to be around that, right?
Point.
Like, I think, so, I mean, it's like when you're traveling with people and you're around people and they're you know, good humans and they're the kind of people that you want to be around. Typically, it's the kind of people that you want your kids around.
Exactly.
And I think that role modeling is hugely important as they grow up.
Yeah.
You know, so we were always, you know, conscious of that kind of stuff, like who they were around, what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, you try to keep the crazy out of the house, right? I mean, like that's the thing. And again, when something's weird, I want them that's not their normal.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, not that you're ever done, like, you know, dadding, but man, you've got one that's on the runway and is taken off, and
you
know, two that are staged.
Staged right. Right. And started.
Hey, as someone who used to meet about 1,000 18-year-olds every semester that were suddenly my problem. I think all three of yours are doing all right.
Yeah.
For that age range of
so
maturity.
Far, knock on wood.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
I think they're doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah. No, I'm obviously unbelievably proud of what they're able to do and what they've done and how they manage things and the things they'll go do. Like, you know, I mean, like Sam's in a hiking club. Like she just, you know, on her own found, you know, got a lot of things figured out that I probably wouldn't have at that age. Like, wouldn't have been that adventurous at that age, or wouldn't have been like, had my brain engaged enough to do something like that, where, you know, she's been out and is able to enjoy a lot of different things because she's, you know, they go hike all the time. Maybe not quite as much this winter, but she's always going hiking someplace. She's always well kitted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and not because I'm telling her, asking her, reminding her. It's, you know, hey, where's the bear spray? Where's the knife? Where's the, you know, where's this? Where's that?
Yeah.
Where, you know, I need this. You know, she identifies the things she needs or wants based on how long she's going to be out. You know, she can, you know, pick clothing and footwear and like not.
Yes.
And not put herself in a bad situation, right?
Yeah.
Like,
she's the kid in the hiking club that whoever's doing the job I used to do is like, oh, you don't have to worry about them.
Right. Yeah.
Why are you in flip flops? You know?
Right. Yeah. Like the two kids that got stranded on Sharp Top last week.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, same thing. Like up in the ice, like tennis shoes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Tennis
like no
shoes,
gear,
nothing,
zero gear, slipped. Went down, had to, had to get help. And I'm not, obviously that happens to people. I'm not saying that. And you know, the fact that they're trying to get out, I think is good. But at the same time, like, why did you pick that day?
Yeah. If it's not
though, like the story I told you about falling through the ice with my buddies. I think I was like a senior in college. That day, we went out to go like on a serious winter hike, right? You know, we had micro spikes, trekking poles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Keyshawn let the two bigger guys go across this frozen creek first. Thought I was totally in the clear. Went across, fell through the Manias. Oh, it's fine. We got out. I had extra socks.
Yeah.
They got a fire going. I'm standing on a trash bag, you know, warming up a little bit. And then here comes some people we knew from school in like athletic pants and tennis shoes and like, you know, like track jackets. And like they're freezing, you know,
already.
And they're like, oh, what happened? I was like, oh, I fell through the ice. Oh my God. It's like, oh, it's fine. Just going to dry out my pants a little bit. It was like, do you guys want some like ramen noodles or some tea or something? Yeah. It was like, can't believe that one of us just fell through the ice and now we're taking care of other people, you know?
Exactly.
Like, just fell through the ice.
Yeah. One of the things my in-laws asked when we were going up to PA, they were like, have y'all ever met them folks before? And I'm like, oh yeah. Like I'm not that dumb. Like I'm not that naive. Like I'm not just gonna go in the middle of the forest, you know, with folks that I don't like really know at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was Fitz and Mike from, you know, Revolutionary Night. So like we were all up, like we've met at OAR and we've met at Expo and stuff and talked. So it was like, like we're cool. Like, you know, I know that these are good people. And then also Mike brought his kid. Yeah. Fitz brought his son. Yeah. So like, you know, it was.
And I was gonna say, and there's another example, like folks that get their kids out.
Exactly.
You know, they're in the thick of it too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mike brought Vinny on. on the Brog tour we did the Adventure Pros 3 years ago now. I mean, he was little bitty, like needs help getting up the ladder to the tent,
right.
like that. Yeah, and he had a ball.
Oh yeah, they had a blast playing with Vinny out there.
Yeah,
it was great. Wyatt too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Fitz is always getting wide. I mean, I think they do a lot of like local stuff up there.
They do. Yeah.
Just like day trips and quick overnighters. Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, like I said, I think they do. They all do a nice job. But again, you've got kids that have kind of learned to be responsible and make reasonable decisions. So you're exposing your kids to that. You're then exposing your kids to the parents of those kids.
Yes.
I think all that stuff, fosters good adults, and that's what you're trying to do, right? Like that's your main job is to foster, adults that are making reasonable decisions.
That's right. Yeah, and in a lot of ways, we're training our replacement.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm 100%. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or if you did it right, you are.
Right.
Like,
right.
That's the whole goal is to.
Yeah.
And hopefully that works out. I'll let you know in a few more years whether I'm still winning, but
I'm a little ways off from
from
where you're at. We're a lot closer, and where the kids are at age wise. But
my youngest turned 17 this summer, so
something that I didn't really have as a kid at that age was like always was out in nature, but didn't do that with anybody my age until I got into like high school. And I definitely contributed that to like the people I found in college. Of like immediately I was like, okay, who are the people that are getting outside and doing stuff? And look back, and some of those guys are still my best friends.
Nice.
And definitely I think that's like I don't know, instilling that love for that I think is well worth the benefit down the road. So
yeah. I mean, and our girls have hiked Sharp Top with us. I mean, it took us 3 hours, but I think we made pretty decent time.
Our some of our good friends.
And you didn't come visit. I'm telling you, what in the world? I'm so disappointed in you.
I mean,
if things would have went bad,
he's been like
if things would have went bad,
like 3 miles away
from Sharp Top. You could have like made a decent, halfway decent paper airplane and dropped a note in for Matt. Yeah.
It's still a ways up there. I mean,
there's probably a good updraft.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, no, for sure there is, because all the buzzards that.
Yeah.
That's supposedly why that's why that whole buzzard roost piece is there.
Oh,
because there's a huge updraft that comes off of those rocks.
Yeah.
And that's like tons of them hang out.
Totally makes sense. Yeah.
Well, if we go up Overstreet again, don't worry, because there was a point where Jackie was like, "It's so icy up here. Like, why don't we just go to Matt and them's house? Because it's just literally right down the road." Don't worry, it was in the backup plan. Like if we had to, it was like, we're gonna go to you and Liz's place. So.
Give us a call. We'll put something on the grill and
there you go.
We'll have dinner. Yeah,
I think our friend's son was 4 the first time we went backpacking, and I don't mean like hike a mile into the woods and set up a tent.
Right.
Like we lived close to Cumberland Gap National Park, and so it's all this. Like the park is the length of the mountain. So he did like 3 miles up, a mile out the mountain to the campsite, carried his own backpack, kind of like what you talked about. He picked out one stuffed animal, he carried his pillow, his puffy jacket, some snacks. And I think that kind of thing of like, going back to they're way more capable, than people give them credit for.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, and having something they can bring stuff back with.
Yeah.
Because there are treasures every place you go.
Oh yeah, the favorite rock. Oh yeah, this rock reminds me of this. I'm like, cool, bring it along.
Right.
Yeah.
But having a backpack or something. Like we used to do that little treasure bag.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that again. We would have them throw in their backpack.
You'll nerd out on this. He had a backpack that had a extendable stays. So it was like a grow with me backpack. So it had like a little rod, like a little bent hoop frame. And at the bottom, like was another rod in it with like clickers. So the waist belt and the yoke could get further apart as it got bigger. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would be interesting.
So a little frame bag that would like, grow probably, 6 inches. So you could get a couple years out of it.
Yeah. Interesting. We never packed that heavy with the kids. It was always, kind of light, small day pack stuff that they would carry, or some kind of sling.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like our thing is like we're trying to refine stuff because like my wife's like we gotta have all of this stuff, and I'm just like, all right, we gotta work on the minimization here. We gotta work on the minimization, but the kids, as long as they have stuff to play with and like not like toys, but like just something to do. Anastasia's got her little archery. She's got like a little bow and arrow and stuff like that. Like yeah, go shoot at that tree with your arrow, you know, and go have fun, you know. Or she's like, oh, I want to go carve on something, you know. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, go do that, you know. But you get to a point where you
spoons.
No.
Don't start them carving.
No whittling. No whittling.
No, it'd be fine.
But
I
saw your knife little reel.
Every time I make a post about KJ, he's like, does he have a knife yet? I was like, not yet. Give me a year, maybe 2. Like, I'm gonna get him like my first Opinel. That's like essentially a slightly sharper butter knife. Like, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, you know, first aid classes, you know, you know, stuff like that that they can get into young that I think have some benefit long term.
Yeah. So I just did Stop the Bleed not long ago because I did my Utah class and all that. And they were talking about those SWAT T tourniquets. And they were like, it's better for children than like a rat's or a cat.
Yeah, I keep a cat and a SWAT T in the truck. Yeah. And then actually my hiking kit, I usually have got a SWAT somewhere, but I usually have a cat, you know, somewhere, but I keep a SWAT for dogs, kids.
Yeah.
And then also like, they're just more useful. Like I keep the SAM splints.
Okay.
So if you're like need to attach a SAM splint to somebody, then the SWAT bandage, the tourniquet, you know, is all you need. So,
no, we just ordered one of those because I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the other benefit that I hadn't thought about that I think happens is the fact that they get exposed to stress and it's not a crisis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're stuck. Or, okay, we've got to move this to get someplace. Or, like, they come across, you come across obstacles all the time.
And we're showing them how to get through it.
Right. Somebody gets hurt, whatever. And you manage that, and it's not the end of the world. Like, it's just, so I mean, it's like the level of things that they suddenly are okay, or I don't want to say normalized, but you know, it's like stuff happens.
Yeah, resilience.
I mean, you know,
you get through it. Yeah,
you're right. You slid down whatever hill with truck, and you're now wedged into something. Okay, great. We're just going to stop and fix this. Like, here's how we're going to do this. Here's where we're, you know, we're putting snatch blacks here, and we're pulling cable there, and we're going to use this tree and that truck and whatever, and we're just going to get out of here. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So it's like when things happen, you know, when things happen in life that are, you know, can be stressful.
Yeah.
Right.
They're just used to it. They have a baseline that says, we're going to get through this. We're going to survive this. Stop and let's think about it.
Exactly.
Okay, what would you do?
Yeah.
What would you do here? Where do you think we should do this? What tree looks safe? What doesn't? What, you know?
Oh, yeah.
How are we going to do this?
And the kids have seen, like, I mean, there was somebody that, like a year or so ago, we had a snowstorm and the person slid off of our road. And I was like, oh, so he had a bumper that I could hook up the winch to off the power wagon. And we just hooked it up to him. And I just pulled him out, and the kids were like, okay, I see the utility that this offers.
Yeah.
So like they understand, like, you know, they were at a friend's house for a play date and the FedEx truck got stuck.
Yeah.
And my wife calls and she's like, hey, do you think you could probably pull a FedEx truck out of a ditch? And I was like, yeah, I could definitely pull a FedEx truck out of a ditch. Yeah. So then the whole time Anastasia's like, oh yeah, Dad's got all this recovery gear. So she's telling the family that, you know, whose house. She's like, yeah, Dad's got hooks and, you know, this rope and like all this stuff. So she's just like, yeah, she understands the utility of having and being prepared.
Not a crisis.
Exactly.
Right.
That it's not an emergency.
Right. This is not the end of the world. We had a fire one time at a hotel. We were staying at for a wedding. We had just come down from Maine, and we didn't have the fire, but there was an outside small brush fire that started at the corner of the hotel, and you know, and there's suddenly a little bit of mild panic.
Yeah.
You know, oh God, call the fire department, and there's people running around. I will, you know, calmly walk back to the truck, pull out the fire extinguisher, and put said fire out. And then the fire, you know, then law enforcement shows up. Then the fire department shows up, and, you know. But it was interesting because, again, you know, the kids see, okay, like, I didn't panic, I didn't run into it. I just calmly walked to the truck, pull the fire extinguisher out, put it out. This is not the end of the world. Everybody relax. Yeah. You know, we can cover this. We can. And I think exposure to that stuff that happens is hugely valuable. Yeah. I remember Andy's little kid at in war rifle match when it was this time of year. And
I know exactly what time.
And I mean, it was bad, and we were camping. We all camped at that match, and I mean, he was good. They were good through the night, but like it was horrible all day Saturday and almost all day Sunday. And that little dude wrapped himself up in a poncho liner, and like just disappeared under there.
You said he would just like hunker down. It'd just be like a pile.
Oh,
like,
you'd think it was a stack of jackets.
Yeah.
And it was like Andy's winter jacket and a poncho liner underneath it. It looked like somebody just piled stuff. And all of a sudden we'd move and he'd be like, all right, bud. And the next thing you know, like it would stand up and it would go to the next, go to the next thing and it would pile itself back together. And, But it was very interesting. The, Andy's logic was, I understand you're suffering, but you have to suffer in silence.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, you're not dying.
Yeah.
We have everything you need.
Yep.
You're going to be fine, and it's going to be okay.
I think he was 3 at that match.
He was a little
too.
older than that, but it was. He probably wasn't over 5.
Yeah.
Knowing
3 or 4.
Knowing Andy's
he was
kid
pretty
now,
young.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that we had the whiteout snowstorm at, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing him now, I need to tell him about the Palmer furnace. Like that would totally be in his wheelhouse.
Oh yeah.
You guys know what the Palmer furnace is?
Yes.
So this would have been, I forget what ward this was developed in. So this guy, for like their one-man shelters, essentially their ponchos, he came up with the idea of you set on your pack so that your butt isn't losing,
thermals.
conduction. You pull your poncho up, and they had little beeswax candles, and they would put them between their legs and light them, and you could put your head down in it, and you make a micro environment. Yeah. And they would even teach guys to sleep that way, like leaned up against a tree. Because then everything but your face, Yeah. So, they call it the Palmer furnace. Now, the important part is those were natural fiber ponchos. I don't know if I would crack out my like seal nylon.
Right.
And with any kind of wind, try that. Yeah. But,
You could have a bunch of stuff melted to you
really quickly.
Yeah.
But, like a wool poncho, or I'm sure those were probably like some sort of treated canvas or something.
Yeah. Canvas,
Emergency blanket.
Yeah. So
that had to be like World War I time frame or before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they would like train them to like, they had a little beeswax tin candle, unscrew it, light it, stick it between your legs. Yeah. Just micro environment to dry out, get warm. So
Very cool.
No, like I said, there's a lot of neat stuff like that. I think kids pick up along the way and they don't even know it. I mean, that's the biggest thing is they don't even know that they're figuring things out. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're gonna go film a walk around. We'll get Logan. We just made him. We've exiled him to his office. We're gonna get Logan. We're gonna film a walk around of the Power Wagon, the IU cab setup with Keyshawn. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll be back in a couple weeks.